anyone that has a question? If they raise their hand, we'll bring the mic in. If not, I'll pose a quick question, and then we'll probably move on to our next session. It's absolutely fascinating how both of you have moved into areas that are kind of extensions of your brand, but obviously giving you new opportunities and products and services outside of your core offering. I guess just a simple, quick question for both of you before we break on to the next session. Do you see any editorial conflict between kind of creating these content environments that sell products and your coverage of the topic area? Just a quick response from both of you on that subject.
I think it's a really good question in terms of sort of the editorial content that we're creating around our transactional models. You've always got to be extremely mindful that the trust you have with your consumers is the absolute platform and must be guarded at all times. You need strong editors that are completely invested, and the editor actually has to make sure that they are ensuring that the brand values, as well as your brand, your brand leadership teams, the brand values are absolutely focused. So we've done that with the travel example I was talking about. It becomes really, really interesting around financial services because it's a hotbed of possible snake pits. But we've actually got to a place now, and this is part of the whole cultural development of how we're trying to sort of move the business on, whereby you've got to make sure that you're not in silos and people are making decisions in an ivory tower. You've got to have your brand guardians and your editors in the conversation, which sometimes can be an interesting experience, but is absolutely essential. So I'd agree, you've got to be very careful around that one.
Right, I think the content is actually just to serve the customers, and with the different access points and also the technologies, how we can actually use our contents and the brands to drive also the freelancers and get into the platform. So I don't think in our case there's a conflict of interest on that end because. Like I said, what we created is based on authority and also based on the sort of the so-called the best practice to help them to understand how they live their fashion lives and lifestyles. So I think what we provide is not something that the regular can do. But I think the key for us is actually to provide a platform and then get everybody on it. And then we can engage them from there. And the rest is just the access point and how can we actually engage the different audience by the technology and.
Okay. Absolutely fascinating, very exciting stuff. If I could please ask you to thank our two speakers, and we'll move quickly on to the next session.